Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Have You Heard? And today we are listening to and hopefully discussing Yes. Get it right. Oh, I never get this right. There we go. It's Tormato by Yes, their 1978 album, and an album that is somewhat divisive, I think. Certainly, it doesn't seem to be their most popular album. And of course, it's recorded in 1978, right at the peak of punk rock, and a year after Going for the One, which actually had been very successful and it had Awaken on it, didn't it? Which was, and still is, one of the band's most popular numbers. But this was 1 year later, and it seemed to be there seemed to be a bit of discord in the ranks. The album was, I don't know, recorded a little bit strangely. There's a lot of high end in it, which we'll talk about a bit later on. But this song, On the Silent Wings of Freedom, is, in my opinion, the best song on the album. And it kind of highlights all the strengths of Yes, particularly Chris Squire on bass. It harks back, I think, to Fragile, and with Rick's textures in the background to Close to the Edge and also Topographic Oceans a little bit. But it was, in my opinion, the most successful song on the album. But we'll talk about that in a little more detail afterwards. Let's have a listen to the song first of all. So here we go. It's On the Silent Wings of Freedom by Yes from the album Tormato. This is where I get the topographic oceans vibe. The chiming of the bells.
On the darkest night so painful, dear hunger for love lives the torture of being warm. On the passing light of easing, have you seen you inside midst the being of everyone? To the common goal of freedom, where we humble ourselves, miss the balancing of the sun. Where we are coming from, or where we go, we all remain back. Where we are coming from, or where we go, we all remain
There we go. And On the Silent Wings of Freedom by Yes from Tormato in 1978. This has to be the most well-rounded and successful tracks on the album, I think. It has all the elements of Yes. Obviously, it has John's amazing vocals. Alan White's playing is as good on this as on anything and completely complements Chris's bass guitar. And then, particularly in the first part, in that the kind of bass solo, long extended intro, Steve's guitar tones and Rick's keyboard tones really do complement and provide a counterpoint, don't they, to Chris's playing. It's really good. And then for the rest of the track, they don't overdo the solos. I read something where Rick said that he was kind of criticizing the album, I guess, but he was saying that he and Steve had so many notes to play and they wanted to squeeze them all in, and there kind of like wasn't an editing person there to say, well, whoa, just hold back a little bit and less is a bit more, you know. They just wanted to play as many notes as they could, and it doesn't work all of the time. Even so, that being said, I still come back to this album quite a lot. Okay, not as much as the earlier, more popular, probably more effective albums. Obviously, the Yes album, Fragile, Close to the Edge, Topographic Oceans, Relayer with Patrick Moraz, and Going for the One. But I mean, I just love the whole run of albums. The Yes album was the first Yes I ever heard, and that's how I got into them. I heard them at a friend's house. In fact, the first track I heard was Your Move from I've Seen All Good People. And once that organ chord just blasted out of the speakers, I had to rush off and buy the album. And then I immediately bought the first two albums as well, just to make certain I was up to speed with everything about this amazing band that I'd heard for the first time. And from then on, it's been Yes all the way. I am a big fan. I am not afraid to criticize or to vent my opinion if I think something's not as good. And I have to admit that come the late 90s and the Magnification albums, it's not a criticism. The guys are 25 years older, and they've written and played such wonderful music that you can't continue at that level all the time. So I don't listen to those very much. But the earlier albums, the 80s, the dreaded 80s albums with Trevor Rabin, I absolutely love. And we'll talk about those on another video. I am a Trevor Rabin fanboy, and there are reasons for that. But we'll talk about that another time. And even Drama. I absolutely love Drama, and that should never have worked. Goodness me. Trevor Horn on vocals. Goodness me, that should never have worked. But it did. And in fact, it's one of the Yes albums, I think, that improves with age. And I listened to it just the other day in the car on a bit of a road trip from start to finish. And I was so into it. Anyway, there we go. So this was Yes from Tormato, 1978 on The Silent Wings of Freedom. What do you guys think? This will not be the last Yes we hear on the channel, but I'm keen to hear what you guys think of this particular song, this particular album, the various periods of Yes. What do you like? What don't you like? There is so much to discuss about this great band. So we'll have lots to talk about, and there'll be more videos in the future looking at various eras of Yes. So anyway, for now, that's it. Thank you very much for listening to me and for listening to this brilliant band. If you've liked and enjoyed the video, please stick a like, maybe pop a little comment if you have anything to say. And subscribe would be absolutely lovely. But hopefully I'll see you in the next video. So cheers for now. Bye bye.